Anthropic's Claude Code Auto Mode shows why brand content needs human-readable evidence, not just human-friendly copy. Anthropic made Claude Code's Auto Mode the default. The most important change in an AI coding tool may be the setting users see before they do anything. On August 9, 2026, Anthropic changed Claude Code, its terminal-based coding product, so Auto Mode starts enabled. According to TechCrunch's report, wider tool use now kicks in during a task. Fewer approval prompts too. Anthropic changed the starting point from ask before every action to get on with the bounded task. Can give Claude Code a larger assignment. Then they review the work at meaningful checkpoints instead of approving every small terminal command. Anthropic's safety controls and usage limits still apply, so the setting changes the workflow without removing every boundary. That boundary matters to e-commerce teams because delegated work is only as reliable as the material behind it. Imagine a Shopify merchant selling a merino wool base layer. After the owner enables the product, Claude Code edits a checkout integration for a regional tax rule, updates a test file, and checks the cart response. Review stays efficient when the task includes the exact file and expected result, along with the reference for the tax requirement. The same workflow gets messy when the supporting information lives in scattered notes. A care claim, copied from an old PDF, can send an automated task toward the wrong checkout message, even when the software follows the instruction perfectly. Vague source material creates long review cycles because someone has to reconstruct what each statement means before approving. The output. Defaults reveal what people expect software to handle without supervision. A merchant may already let software clean a product feed or draft support replies. The next question is whether the system can find one exact material fact, identify what it applies to, and show why that fact supports the response. Our position is direct. AI systems will favor brand pages that expose verifiable facts in compact, reusable blocks. A merino base layer page should state the fiber percentage and intended temperature range in language a shopper can understand quickly.
Along with the washing limit, store owners should separate evidence from promotional phrasing before delegating more content work.
The default matters because supervision adds friction. Defaults set the amount of work users expect software to handle automatically. If a developer approves every command, Claude Code becomes an assistant, waiting for permission. Start with auto mode, and it changes. Then they can treat it as an operating layer for a bounded coding task, provided the assignment has clear limits. That shift increases the value of precise instructions. A merchant might ask an internal system to update a size guide after a fit change. Then check whether a product claim matches its supporting document. When the source says exactly what changed and which variant it affects, review becomes a quick decision. When the source uses soft language, the reviewer has to interpret the claim from scratch. Every review step for a lean e-commerce team needs a clear input, a specific decision rule, and an assigned owner. Put those details in the task itself. Don't bury them in a long brief. A page that forces manual interpretation turns automation into another inbox. For a repeatable e-commerce content audit, record those 3 fields before the first automated pass. Claim wording. What an automated check can do. Fits foot lengths from 24 to 26 centimeters. Compare the stated range with the size chart and return a direct match, designed for a flexible fit. Flag the wording for human interpretation because the fit range has no measured boundary. Consider a waterproof hiking boot called the Ridgeline 400. Its page gives a measured waterproof rating, a care limit that prohibits machine drying above a stated temperature, and a warranty condition covering seam failure within a defined period. A system can use those facts to answer whether the boot suits wet trails. Ready for changing conditions gives it little to verify. Claude Code makes this visible because fewer prompts increase the cost of an unclear instruction. If a merchant wants an automated content check to review the Ridgeline 400, the task should identify the claim, the supporting document, plus the next step when they disagree. Store owners should write evidence blocks with the same discipline they'd use for a code change. Auto mode exposes the cost of unclear instructions. Automation needs boundaries. A person or a model can inspect them quickly. Claude Code can move through a broad task faster with auto mode enabled. But speed doesn't resolve unclear permissions. It can still edit the wrong location or choose a file based on outdated instructions. Brand content has the same failure pattern. A vitamin C serum page might show a 15% concentration in a technical specification. The usage limit appears only in an old blog post. An AI system reading both sources receives competing evidence. And it has to guess which statement controls the answer about how often a shopper should apply the serum. Most stores improve accuracy after assigning each important claim a small record, called a claim card. The card keeps the fact close to its boundaries. So a content system can inspect the statement before repeating it in a product answer or support reply. Teams can link this practice to a broader product page SEO workflow, rather than treating evidence as a one-off copy task. Claim. Card field what it prevents, vitamin C serum example claim, vague wording that cannot be checked, contains 15% vitamin C. Scope A fact being applied to the wrong item or variant, applies to the 30 ml serum only. Proof. An answer based on unsupported copy, current technical specification, or batch record. Owner. No accountable person. When sources conflict, product manager approves concentration details. Review trigger. Old information remaining live after a change. Review when the formula or usage guidance changes. Each field blocks a different error. Scope stops a system from applying the serum's concentration to another size. Proof gives the answer a source. The review trigger tells the team when the record needs attention. So a current usage limit doesn't lose a fight with a stale article buried in the blog. Ownership belongs inside the content operation. A product manager should approve material facts. A marketer should control how those facts appear in shopping copy. And a support lead should own policy language that affects returns or safe use. Reviewers should know whether they are checking chemistry and presentation or customer policy. For the vitamin C serum, the fix is straightforward. Move the usage limit into the same evidence block as the concentration. Mark the old post for review. Give one role authority over the final wording. Delegated systems need the source and boundary in place, plus a clear approval path before they start working. The real risk sits in the permission boundary. Autonomous actions need a clear boundary between evidence and execution. Anthropic's announcement of auto mode for Claude Code put that boundary in front of more developers. The tool can inspect a repository and edit files under the user's direction. It can also run shell commands. The independent NIST AI risk management framework offers a useful parallel for e-commerce teams. Define accountability, measurement, and risk controls before expanding an automated system's authority. Reading a source and acting on that source carry different levels of risk. Claude Code can find a configuration value in a file. Then it can make a change based on it. A developer still has to verify that the file was authoritative, that the instruction applied to the right environment, and that the requested change stayed within scope. E-commerce teams face the same boundary when an AI system assembles answers about a store. It might extract a return window from a policy page and present that rule to a shopper. The merchant still needs a controlled source for regional exceptions and final sale items, along with oversized furniture fees. Consider a furniture store selling the Dawson sofa. Its main policy PDF promises a 30-day return window and lists a restocking fee. The Dawson product page shows the same period but carries a different exception for custom upholstery. An answer system can quote either page accurately and still give the shopper the wrong result for that sofa. Permission problems usually appear alongside evidence problems. Each one changes what a store owner should fix before giving an automated system more room to act. Failure mode, what it looks like in a store, store owner response, stale documentation, a shipping page keeps. An old cutoff time after the warehouse changes carriers. Assign an owner and review date to the source. Conflicting instructions. A PDF sets one sofa fee, while the item page states another exception. Choose one canonical rule and link to it from related pages. Hidden assumptions. A return statement assumes the buyer knows that custom fabric counts as final sale. Write the condition beside the promise. Excess permissions. An automation can change every return answer when it only needed to update one product. Limit access to the smallest useful content area. The practical diagnostic is simple. Ask whether a staff member could quote the exact sentence supporting an automated answer. If they need to combine a heading and a footnote, restructure the source before giving the system more authority. Claude Code's change signals a wider shift in software design. Software defaults are moving routine decisions closer to execution. Anthropic's auto mode announcement matters beyond developer workflows. A major software product treated delegated action as a normal starting point. That's the shift. Products built around approval at every small step will feel slow, especially beside tools that can inspect context and carry out a bounded task for a store owner. The consequence appears in the source material behind an answer. An AI search system has limited time to assemble a response about a brand, so it favors a page with a direct claim and nearby proof. A sentence about a wool coat carries more weight when the fiber composition sits under the claim and. The garment specification names the applicable style. Answer generation and answer trust are separate jobs. A model can generate a polished sentence about a $1,200 mattress while pulling the price from an old variant. It can also repeat an unsupported claim that a cover uses a particular fiber. Fluency hides the gap. It hides the gap between a sentence that sounds right and one a shopper can verify. Take a direct-to-consumer mattress page. It states a 365-night trial beside its eligibility rule, and it links the full policy. A shopper can see that the trial applies after delivery. An extraction system can associate the duration with its condition. The structure gives the answer a clear boundary when a buyer asks whether a returned mattress qualifies after an exchange. Content teams spend too much time polishing claims that lack a visible source. The stronger editorial move is architectural. Place evidence beside each statement and define its scope, while giving readers a clear path to the policy that governs it. That's the useful lesson from Anthropic's software decision. Store owners should design pages for verification before optimizing wording for clarity in a summary. A concise claim with nearby support gives an automated reader fewer chances to combine unrelated facts. Why AI search evidence pages need a new publishing standard. Delegated software raises the value of source material machines can inspect without human help. The same principle applies to e-commerce publishing. AI search evidence pages make brand facts easy to quote and verify. They give answer systems a cleaner basis for describing products and support rules. An AI search evidence page is organized around answerable claims. Each important statement should show the fact, its scope, the supporting source, plus the date or owner responsible for review. This format works for a linen shirt's fiber content. It also works for a store's exchange rule. The pages we have found easiest to verify usually have a clear claim-to-source relationship. To learn more, visit HeySprite.com today.